Hello everybody, it's Silvana and welcome back to the channel. I know it's been quite a while since I've made a video and I'm very sorry about that. Um, there's been some progress and some issues and all kinds of stuff, and we'll go into an update in a little bit more detail on another episode which will be coming in the next week or so. But today I just wanted to make a real quick video talking about your book. If you write stories of any kind, when do you classify that story as started? So what I mean is, obviously, if you've been following along with the channel and me, you know that we started writing a novel in mid-April for April's Camp Nanorama. When camp was done, we just kept writing until we finished the zero draft of the novel, which was done by the end of June. So that's 2.5 months it took me to write it. Now, I let it sit for July, and our original plan was that during July, while it sat, we were going to, on screen every day, have some fun and actually show the process of writing with a 50 Shades rewrite. And we could do that on screen where I wouldn't show so much of what I was writing with my actual novel because it was something that I felt wasn't ever going to get published or really going to go anywhere. So that worked for the first few days of the month, for about the first half of the month, really. And then um, you guys got to see a little bit of how it is for me to write when my heart's, well, my heart was in the project. I don't want to say when my heart's not in the project. But, so it was, but it wasn't in that project. But I digress. Again, we'll talk about that a little more in depth later. So, I didn't outline or plot, timeline, anything the book I started for April's Camp. I got inspired by watching um, Kate and Emily and Brooke and a few other of the author tubers about writing in general because it'd been a long time since I sat down and actually had tried to write. And hearing about camp and listening to how excited they were about their own projects and the creativity, I was already thinking about maybe giving it another try, and that just seemed to be the final push I needed to get started. So for that novel, I would say it did, you know, I wouldn't classify it started until mid-April of this year, of 2019. Now, that being said, I've had the thought for the novel for a very long time, and I have tried to write it before. But because I never finished it, I don't feel that it counts as being started. Now, I have the idea of quite a few other novels waiting for their time to be written. And the one particular one, Project Night, which is the next one I plan to write, and it would be actually the next one in the series after Project Ghost. It's just that Project Ghost isn't number one of the series, but that's neither here nor there. Anyway, for Project Night, and we've talked about this, I sometimes will be writing one part of the book and get a nice scene for something that's later or earlier or somewhere else in the book, and I'm not quite sure where. And that's why I love Scrivener, because it allows for that functionality where Word and Google Docs makes that much harder than I think it needs to be. So in the last few weeks, I have been editing. I have not been vlogging that process. I am going to start vlogging that process a little more. And when I do the update, you'll understand how and why that's going to occur. Which is, I will be making that video next. Maybe not today, but literally it's the next one on the agenda. So while editing Project Ghost, I had, again, I have had the idea of what the book is for a very long time, but I had a nice, clean, clear vision, words and everything, of the final scene of Project Night. So I made the Scrivener file and wrote that scene. And that's all I've done for the book. I've not done anything else for it. Now, I personally would not call that project technically started. But I have written words that are going to go in the book into Scrivener. So that is my question of the day. Is in your own projects, when do you count that project started? Do you say it started the moment you had the idea? Is it the moment you sit down, and this is also going to depend on what kind of a writer you are. So keep that in mind when answering these questions if you don't mind. Is it started when you start outlining it or timelining it? Is it started the moment that you write the first word of it? No matter when that is or how much of it is, no matter what else you're doing? Or is it started when you actually sit down and start really writing on it? If you are making notes of ideas and you jot down a couple lines of dialogue or a really good opening scene for your idea, is that book started yet or not? So, as always, comment, like, subscribe, and do all the do's. Feel free, definitely, to comment below with your answers, or better yet, make me a video with your answers of how you go about that process. And if you have any questions for me, I'm always glad to answer them. I may not be the quickest at it, but I'm always happy to answer any questions you guys might have. As always, I want to thank everyone that watches this channel. I want to thank you for your support, your likes, your comments, everything. You guys are great, and I hope that you have a really great day.